topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve O and Sophia.
Hey, good afternoon, California. Welcome to another Ask the Expert show. Hope everybody had a wonderful vacation yesterday. It wasn't long enough. Hey, we have got a great show for you today. Rebel, we've been promoting a new expert because we're going to be doing mortgages now, California mortgages. And we put it out there on Facebook. And I got about 30 people asking me now because they've been asking us to do mortgages. Then I get 30 emails, people going, how come you don't have a realtor? We will get a realtor. I promise you we will get a realtor. But this is such an important topic. And there's people who just don't understand home lending. And we got the best. Let me introduce you to our new expert from PB Financial Group Corp, Pouyan. Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you, Steve?
Tell me how to pronounce your last name.
Broukhim.
Oh, that's easy. I can even do that. Hey, we are so excited about having you on our show. Let me just tell everybody out there, if you are in the mortgage lending business, we're going to be, California's gone, but we're opening up a slot for Nevada and Arizona. Our phone number is 954-336-3767. If you have a mortgage company in those states, please give us a call if you'd like to come on the show. Pouyan, first of all, tell us about your company. I read about you on your website. You've got wonderful recommendations.
Thank you. Been in the business for 17 years. We specialize in a lot of different aspects of first, second mortgages in the state of California. We provide private hard money financing in addition to doing non-QM loans in the state of California. We've done thousands of mortgages, and we're very busy right now with this turbulent market with the Fed changing rates and wanting to reduce rates. A lot of people that have been sitting on the sidelines are wanting to get back into the market and either buy, refinance, or do some sort of move.
So we have several experts in the field of money management. Is it going to get any better?
Well, in what sense are you?
With the rates coming down?
Well, they're expecting for 0.25% to 0.5% rate reduction in September. That should alleviate some pressure on borrowers this next month. What's going to happen after that really depends on the Fed and inflation data and different factors and housing and whatnot.
Well, you just mentioned hard money. Can you explain what hard money lending is and how it differs from like traditional bank loans?
So hard money has really come into the play as rates have gone up. People are less likely to get qualified because of higher rates. And we bridge that gap between the banks and what people need to achieve what they're trying to do. You know, some people are trying to buy, some people are trying to tap into their equity, and we're able to look at it as out of a box scenario and give them that additional financing that they would need, that they wouldn't qualify with the conventional lender. The conventional lenders are currently tight on their parameters and what they're able to do. So people like us are very useful in these kinds of uncertain rate environments.
I haven't heard the term hard money. You must be one of the few mortgage companies that offer that.
It is a niche product, and it is a growing segment as capital gets diversified and more lenders are needed to provide that bridge that's needed for borrowers to achieve what they need to achieve.
What type projects or borrowers are typically suited for hard money loans?
Currently, we see many different projects in the horizon. Bridge is become very popular where somebody's trying to downgrade on a home that they've had for a long time. They have a lot of equity, but they don't want to get into a long-term loan. So they just need a short-term loan to acquire the property that they're going into and sell the property that they're already in. Other people, for example, people that have like a really great low first mortgage, they want to tap the equity in their properties, but they don't want to touch that first mortgage. So they want a second mortgage and they need it quickly to either create a business opportunity or buy an investment property or buy a second home or invest in different business venues for themselves to grow their income potential.
What's the biggest misunderstanding people have, especially first-time home buyers? What's the misunderstanding a lot of them have when it comes to buying a home?
A lot of people are afraid. People are afraid of credit. Fear is the biggest stumbling block for a lot of people. They have this delusion that they're not going to get qualified or their FICO has major factor. There's a program for everybody. If there's a will, there's a way for people.
So what is there's a approval process for hard money loan. How does that differ from a conventional loan?
A conventional lender can take anywhere from 3 to 10 days to get qualified for a mortgage. With a hard money lender, private financing, we can make a decision within 24 hours, give a commitment to the borrower to do what they need to do. We can, because we're private, we don't go outside to raise capital. All the capital is inside. We can make that decision much, much faster than any traditional lender would. Of course, there's costs and rate associated that are higher than a conventional loan, but the people that work with us usually understand those costs and they understand the benefits that they receive by having a decision. For example, we've got people that want to buy real estate, but they're competing with all these other cash offers and they might not have the cash offer and they have a good down payment. So they come to us, they're like, hey, we can't wait 30, 45 days for a conventional lender to perform. We need somebody so we can compete with the cash offers. And that's where we come into play as well.
We just got our first text from Harold in Sacramento. He wants to know, he's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife are shopping for a home. And do you suggest shopping rates?
100%. Before they even look at a property, they should know what they qualify for. It's very difficult to, I'm married myself, I've got kids and stuff, and uprooting a family is not easy. And looking at properties, it's a very emotional process. So when a couple is looking at real estate, and not know what they qualify for, and they can fall in love with real estate, a property that they want to buy, and then all of a sudden they go in and they don't qualify for that mortgage. Right. That disappointment is severe. It gives you a bad taste in your mouth. So know what you qualify for. Know before you go into looking at real estate and different homes, that you know what, this is our price range, and stick to that. You know what I mean? And right now, buyers have a lot of power in their hand. It is a buyer's market compared to years past when it was a seller's market.
How does the approval process work for this hard money loan? Does it differ a lot from the conventional loan?
Yes, our loan to values are slightly lower than conventional lenders, and our pricing is more expensive. But again, we're more of a different niche product where we bridge the gap for people that need to do things quickly and have equity of some sort to play with.
So when it comes to hard money, and I'm so glad we are talking about this. We just got 2 texts from people who said they had never heard about hard money till now. So this is a great show. It's a great topic. What are some of the misconceptions about hard money lending that you seem to see when you're during your workday?
Well, a lot of people think hard money is just like their uncle, where they can go get money from them blindly without equity. We do require equity in our transactions. We might be more lenient on the income that a borrower has, but we do check to make sure we don't put them in a situation where they're going to lose their property. We're not looking to own property. We're just looking to get a fair market interest. If we see somebody coming to us and they're going to be in a position where they're going to lose their property to us, we don't want to be in that situation. I've always built my company based on how treat others as how you want to be treated. That's very important. I don't want to be put into a position where somebody's going to steal my property from me. I want, if there is a situation, a dire situation, I want somebody to be honest with me. So we try to be as honest as possible. If we see somebody in trouble and we're like, hey, you're just going to dig yourself into a deeper hole, then just go ahead and sell your property. Don't take a loan right now because it's only going to make things worse for you. We want people to build a future for themselves, achieve that American dream, and be able to grow their business and, move into a bigger home. But they have to be a realist in their financial situation so they don't dig a deep hole for themselves that they can't get out of.
We just got a text from Hannah in Newport Beach. She wants to know if you have an office in Orange County.
I do not have an office in Orange County. Our main office is just east of Beverly Hills in the city of Los Angeles on Wilshire Boulevard. But we do service all of California. And, everything is remote these days and everything can be done electronically. But if somebody wants to get me on the phone, I'm always available in my office, and I give all my clients my cell phone as well. So if they have a question, no, we understand. Borrowing money is people's number especially on real estate, is their most expensive endeavor out of everything else that they do. So they have questions, and we're there to answer their questions so they feel comfortable knowing what they're getting into.
You have built an incredible company. Customer service must be so important to you.
Of course, customer service in every industry is important, especially in the real estate. We don't want to have people to be there by themselves. We want to be able to provide that support for them so they feel comfortable knowing what they're getting into.
When it comes to hard money, how do lenders assess risk and determine the terms of the loan?
We like to listen to our borrowers for them to come to us and tell us what they're looking to achieve. It's important to understand somebody's ultimate goal. Is it a short-term goal or is it a long-term goal? And we want to be able to fit a program because we have a lot of discretion on what we offer, as in the term of the loan and different factors. So we want to be able to listen to them, give them our full attention, and build a product that fits for them, maybe short or long term.
Can you describe what a typical borrower and project that you have worked with in the past? What is that? How do you describe that typical borrower?
Our business is geared towards market conditions. In
Okay.
this market condition, we're providing a lot of second mortgages because a lot of people have a good rate, like a 2-3% rate. And if they were to refinance their whole loan and go into a new conventional loan, it would be around like 6 to 7% rate. That's not really beneficial to pay off that mortgage to tap the equity in their property. So what we do is we'll give them a second position mortgage where they get to keep their first, and they do pay a higher rate on the second, but the overall blended rate of that mortgage, the cost for them, is much lower than if they were to refinance that home mortgage. Also, a lot of people are having issues getting commercial mortgages, like on warehouses, industrial properties. We service that clientele as well, and we're able to give them loans where the market conditions with the banks right now is very illiquid, and it's very difficult to tap into their equity, refinance, and pull money out.
When we were looking for a mortgage company, we had 4 or 5 mortgage companies that contacted us. They all basically complained. They said it's really been tough. Why has it been so tough? Is it because interest rates are high now?
Yes. And overall applications have been much lower. So it is,
Because of the interest rate.
and it's an adjustment period. When you go higher rate and higher rates in such a short term, it has a shock on the overall market. And a lot of people used to hear, okay, you can get a 2-3% rate, and now you're hearing 7. You're like, hey, that's a significant amount. It's almost double what they would have paid over 2 years ago. So that adjustment period, it takes a while. And people are always going to need to move, always need a place to live. So yes, it's a process, and that process has not fully run its course.
We're like right around the corner from elections. Will interest rates matter on who gets elected president?
I think it has a basis for it. People want to see a strong economy, and that has something to do with it. Yes.
What are some of the factors that influence the interest rates and the fees associated with this hard money loans?
It's depending on loan to value and how much equity somebody has. The more equity you have, the better options you have than somebody who's trying to max leverage. So, the more protection we have, the better deal we can give the borrower.
Yes.
No, sorry. What was the second part of your question?
Well, I was just wondering, how do they assess these fees associated with the hard money loans?
It all falls under loan to value.
Okay. Now, California's got to be a very competitive market, especially with the high real estate values and the numerous lenders. How do you stay competitive? Because you've been around for a long time.
Well, the customer service, people have a choice. So we want to give them a reason why to come back to us. A lot of our clients actually are repeat clients because they know how we treated them the first time around, and they know we're going to be honest with them. If we see a problem, we'll tell them up front. If it's an easy situation, we'll give them the best possible option. We'll give them 2-3 different options, and they can choose whichever they think is best for them, and we'll try to guide them as much as possible. So there's a lot of opportunities, and like you said, California is a big state. There's a lot of people here. there's a lot of people that need a place to live, so I believe California is this, if it was its own nation, it would be the sixth largest economy in the world. And there's a lot of business here. There's a lot of people always moving out, into California that need a place to live. So there's opportunities never unlimited here, limited here. There's a lot of opportunities.
I got to tell you, when we put the word out that we are going to bring a mortgage loan expert on, I mean, we got 5 or 6 calls, which might not sound like a lot, but it is a lot, and it is very competitive. And when we announced that, then we had people calling us about real estate show. And so there's people out there still buying and selling.
There's always people buying and selling. There's, in up markets, there's always people looking for opportunities. Like I said, people get relocated for jobs. People are looking to invest. There's so many opportunities in real estate that people want to get into.
I just want to we're coming to the end of the show. I just got another text from Randy. He's in, San Diego. You actually did my loan for me, and I want to tell everybody what a great job you did. This has got to be a cousin of yours or something, isn't it? I'm kidding you. Hey, thank you so much. I'm sure appreciates it. What are some of the red flags or warning signs you look for when you're evaluating a loan application?
We want to make sure we don't put people in a situation where their back is against the wall. And unfortunately, because of the high dollar amounts, there's a lot of fraud going on. And we work with a lot of people that inherit properties as well. And, there's a lot of abuse, elderly abuse, and people trying to take advantage of people, or people are just flat out trying to commit wire fraud. So we got to be careful for the client's sake and for our own sake to make sure that we don't get entangled in any of that.
Well, I got to tell you, this is your first show, and you will be with us every month. I always like to end the show, because we have all these new listeners and viewers. Tell me why someone should come to you for a loan.
Well, we are going to listen to you. If you come to us directly, we're going to listen to your needs. We're going to listen to what your plans are and what your goals are and where you want to go. We want to be a part of your future where, money is always needed. So you get into a starter home, even if it's a smaller transaction, we want to be there to support you. If we can't help you, we're going to give you a recommendation on where to go, because we value where you're going to go, and we want to go with you, and like I said before, do unto others as you want done to you, take care of people as you want to be taken care of. So if I were in somebody else's shoes that I did not know of a particular product, I want them to be honest with me. I want them to tell me what the consequences are, so I'm fully informed when I'm making a decision. That's what we offer. We want to be able to give people the information for them to make an informed decision. And hopefully we get to do that for people, answer questions. It's not always about making money. It's sometimes people need information. And we want to be a source for that, to give people that comfort level to invest in real estate, invest in themselves, invest in their own future and their kids' future, to have a beautiful home that they can call their place and live happily and be able to afford that home and make the best decisions for themselves and their families.
Boy, beautiful. That was wonderful. Let's give everybody your phone number and your website address.
My phone number, direct office line, is 323-935-5555. Our website is calhardmoney.com. And my email is my name at calhardmoney.com.
The name of the company is PB Financial Group Corp. And again, you'll be back again with us next month. we'll do another show. And thank you. What a great job, your first show. And we're going to go to a quick break. Don't forget that we're looking for a realtor now in California, and we're going to open up Nevada and Arizona for mortgages. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, Pouyan.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.